This video is made for adult collectors because there really isn't anything bulk about this Bulkhead. So we're so used to Bulkhead looking like this and looking like this, minus the red, and then even like looking like this, right? That's sort of the Bulkhead that we've come to know. Who remembers when he looked like this? That's the same character. He's taller than I thought. I've never actually seen him next to the other ones before. That's huge. We all know Bulkhead as the round guy from Animated or the Wrecker from Prime, maybe even from the comics or his new Legacy toy causing waves online for how it turned out. But Bulkhead before all of that was this, a fit, nimble helicopter dude with a massive blue thingy. I also just realized one of the missiles has gone missing. It's in the box this was being stored in, but it would be a nightmare to try and get it out right now, so I couldn't be bothered. Also, fun fact, the guy who worked on this toy is now back at the Transformers department temporarily, so that's cool. Bulkhead's colors remain somewhat consistent. He's green, though not the same shade. Well, mostly, but I like this shade of green. It's bright and vibrant and distributed pretty well. I do like the subtle hints of dark green that would eventually become his primary color in all subsequent versions of Bulkhead. I do dig like the 3D faction symbols, and the fact that it hasn't chipped all these years later is a huge plus, considering I got this in a Ziploc bag on a table at TFCon. He doesn't really look the most dynamic though, mostly because his hip ratchets are either stock straight or has to pee, but you can kind of cheat them and get him to look like he's got a cool A stance going. Just don't look at it weird or they'll spring back into place. He is pretty tall, coming in at like leader-ish size, though this was called Ultra or Commander, not that one or that one. Jeez, you need to come up with new names for your size classes. The propellers can come off if a bit ungracefully. It's not fun to take them off. I found that you have to like pull the rotation lever and then wiggle it out, and the propellers will just come out. But it has like a flip down handle so he can hold it. Now he's got a giant fan to keep him and his friends cool in the heat of battle. Get it? Heat. He doesn't come with any other weapons, nope, guns or swords, but he comes with this thing. This blue thing apparently likes to break at the cannons at the front. Apparently some glue liked to seep out in the manufacturing process and then fuse the bits together. Mine are fine, but the seller did give me another copy that demonstrates that fact. It's broken. Thank you, random TFCon seller, for that. That's actually super helpful for this video. This thing does make lights and sounds, but it doesn't work for me. Oh well. It makes a rattling noise, so something internally has come loose and doesn't work anymore. I got this for cheap. But this has a bunch of cool things it can do other than lights and sounds. The coolest thing it does is become a friggin' walking tank. Like, that's so cool. He's got the friggin' Ed 209 Metal Gear TRF walking thingy. It's so sweet. But he can also go on Bulkhead's back and become a jetpack, or extra cannons, because I guess he needs those. It's definitely the coolest part of this entire set. I find myself messing with the blue thing way more than I mess with Bulkhead. Bulkhead is old and his articulation isn't great. It looks like there's joints here, but then when you actually get into posing him, they don't work as well as you'd want them to. Not to mention, like, whenever I move the arms here, these come off way too easily, which is a tad unfortunate. And the missiles like to fire off all the time. Like, these arms will bump into the launchers and will just fire them. So I am going to take them out because I don't want to lose the remaining 3 I currently have. Also, the propellers, you can have them sticking up like this, which is how I prefer it, or you can do the blackout thing if you want to, but I'm just gonna leave them up like this because I like it that way. The head can do a full 360. It's got really nice light piping as well. Like that just glows. He can't look up or down. This plate likes to collapse all the time on mine. It doesn't really lock in very well, so you can kind of use it as a looking down, I guess. The shoulders are ratcheted. They can do a full 360. They can go out that far and then come off. You have bicep rotation, a single jointed elbow that bends all the way, which is nice. There's like a cutout in here for that. And then nothing at the wrist. There is a waist joint, but like it's currently locked into place because of the backpack. It's here. There it is. It's there. It is for transformation. It is not an actual articulation thing. This doesn't like latch in super well on my copy, so that's a bit unfortunate. The hips, they can go forward that far. They cannot go back because they bump into this. The hip skirts can move out of the way. He can do a full splits. This is not the strongest ratchet in the world. I think that might just be due to age. He does have a thigh rotation, 90 degrees of bend at the knee. The knees are pretty high up, so it doesn't like accomplish much. And then the feet can go forward, they can go back, and you have the tiniest bit of ankle tilt. But I tilted this ankle too far and it just came straight off. So like,
yeah, no, he can't use them at all. The walker, however, is full of articulation, so these can move up and down provided they're not glued shut. You have this ratchet joint right here, this ratchet joint here, you have this, you have a swivel, you have a bend here, and then this section right here is on a ball joint. So you got some nice range at the feet there as well as the toes moving. So like there is a lot of like, you can get this thing looking really cool.
Small nitpicks aside, I really like this like whole set. It's a lot of fun and does some super cool things, and that damn walker is just a huge plus. If they do a remake of this anytime in the future, I sure hope it can come with this blue thing, maybe making it like a commander or something so it can come with that. The transformation is pretty simple because it's a Unicron trilogy toy, but it's still very fun to do.
All right, let's make it a helicopter. That meme is dead. So we'll start with Bulkhead. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open these flaps up here and fold the hands in. You want to fold them in under, not over, because then the thumb doesn't want to get past this if you go over. So you go under, close that up, and then we're going to take the arms and we're going to bring them out just like that. You're going to take the head, you're going to push it down and then bring this up, and that will collapse the whole head into place and push the nose cone out for you to grab to bring it out like that. This doesn't latch in, it'll latch in a second. So we take the arms, we're going to leave them out for now. We're going to bring the waist down, rotate it 180 degrees, bring the fins out, and then rotate the guns around to the other side. Then you want to bring this section, and that peg is going to go into that slot there. So you just get that into place, and then you just sort of bring the arms. I like to bring the arms forward like this and just have them there as cannons. They do like, you could collapse them in like this if you want them to sit flush against the wings, but I like the way the wings look, so I'm going to leave the cannons out like that. Then we're going to open up the propellers, which is easier said than done for some reason. Then you want to fold the feet up, rotate the legs around, and there are two clips or two like bars right here that are going to clip in underneath here. So you bring that up, you get these panels out, you clip this into the front of the helicopter, and then you bring these sections down on their double hinges to fill in this space here. Then we're going to fold out the landing gear, and that is the helicopter mode pretty much all done. Hooray, helicopter. This thing, the propellers are, they're still, oh, they stopped spinning. They were still spinning. This thing is quite easy. So you want to bring these down to straighten them out like that. This one has lost its ratchet, as I have just found. What the hell? This was working earlier. What? Okay, I guess the ratchet's dead now. You want to open this flap up, bring this down, fold this in like that, and it will close up. This is spring loaded, and then you just straighten that out and get that straightened out at the back there. We'll do the same on this side. Open that up, bring it around, close it up, and that's basically the pack done.
That's a pretty sick chopper mode. I just wish the arms could tuck in a bit more, but I also like the shaping of this with how the nose cone area is stacked leading up to the cockpit. And while writing this, the missiles kept going off in my face, and that was kind of annoying. Pulling on the landing gear at the back does spin the propeller, which is fun, and the walker can clip onto the bottom, and now he has giant jet boosters with articulated jet bits on the side. That's sick. And you can still do walker mode under here, which I also think is very cool. It's like a Gerwalk chopper thing. I really enjoy this. It's a big and dumb thing that is a lot of fun. I would recommend it if you can get it for a decent price. I think I paid like $40 Canadian for this whole thing. It's super cool. Just be careful with those front guns. But like as a toy, this thing, it just rocks. But that's my look at Energon Bulkhead. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.